Rwby and the masked male finally activate and reverts her life into its rightful form to fire at the woman and the masked male man, taking out his coffee cup gun and activates all for might to give more firepower in his attacks. He blocks each shot and creates several blazing circles around her three opponents. Cleo tenaciously pushes Rwby and rolls herself out of the explosion's radius, but the male stood in the blow and created his own blow to the craft and had got some damage done to it. Looking up to see the hatch close and the craft flying away. "You're a huntress, and a huntsman. Can I have your autograph?" The scene cuts to Rwby's amazed face turn to one of shame as Glinda and the masked male looked at each of them. The tablet computer paces around the table. Rwby is seated right beneath a bright light in the otherwise dark room. "I hope that you realize that your actions tonight will not be taken lightly. Young lady. You will put yourselves and others in great danger. They started it, plus he helped me, that I could not do it without the huntsman here. If it were up to me, you'd be sent home with a pat on the back," she notices Rwby smile, "and a slap to the wrist." She demonstrates with her right crop, which Rwby barely avoids, giving out an eek. "But there is someone here who would like to meet you." She moves out of the way for a surprise. Rwby can see a man in green come through the doorway, holding a mug and a plate of cookies. The masked male got up from the chair and stood by the male and looked at the cookies. Masked male in a whisper to the other male. "Are those Auntie Summer's cookies you got from her today, that were meant for me to have when I get hungry, and that you were giving to my little sister figure? Why could you not? Why could you give the cookies that you made for her?" Lisbon to the masked male in a whisper. I will ask Summer to make you more cookies for you to share with your little sister, and I will give you a chocolate pie when back I bake it. Plus, there is a lots more in your dorm. I tell your teammates, do not eat your cookies from your auntie. Mouse moved to OZPIN. "Fine, I will let her have the cookies, and please make sure you don't give away the cookies and to Summer makes, or she will have my head for it." Glinda to the boys. "What are you guys talking about? And please stop. You are making her suspicious of the two of you talking about her and Summer. So get this over with." Both boys to Glinda. "Okay, we will stop. So where are we going to say to her? Thank you, Glinda. Auntie, I love you." Usapin. Rwby rose, leans to look at her face. "You have silver eyes." Rwby, uh, um. "So, where did you learn to do this?" Just with his head at the tablet, showing Ruby's fighting. Single carry. They taught you to use one of the most dangerous weapons ever designed. Well, one teacher in particular. I see. He puts the cookies on the table in front of Rwby. She timidly picks one up, eats it in a single bite, and then, not seeing any rebuttal, shoves the rest into her mouth. "And it's just that I've only seen one other stuff wielder of that skill before. A dusty old crow and a beautiful flower." Rwby mumbles Oh, that's my uncle. She swallows, she then swallows and wipes her mouth. Embarrassment. Sorry, that's my Uncle Crow. He is a teacher at Single. I was complete guards before he took me under his wing, and now I'm like, oh, like, Hiwa, Wichita. Proceeds to make some kind of cry style poses and noises. Plus, my mom taught me how to fight as well, and my brother figure he is older than me and Yang. So I've noticed. Places his cup on the table and leans in, then sits down opposite Rwby. And what is a Dober girl such as yourself doing in this school designed to train warriors? Well, I wanted to be a huntress. You want to slay monsters? Yeah, I only have more years of training left at Single, and then I'm going to apply to Beacon. Talking faster and faster with her enthusiasm growing. You see, my sister's starting there this year, and she's trying to become a huntress, and I'm trying to become a huntress because I want to help people. My parents always taught us to help others, so I thought, hey, I might as well make a career out of it. Giggles. I mean, the police are alright, but huntsmen and huntresses are just so much romantic, so much more romantic and exciting and cool, and really, gosh, flips out the last part, stare at the two with a wide, crazy smile. Plus, my big brother figure is a third year or second year, and he's the headmaster. And with his father, and he is a teacher and a teacher assistant. He does lots of jobs for Beacon. I want to be just like him when I grow up. Linda Usman Steiger and the masked male smiled inside of his mask. Do you know who I am? You're Professor Uspin. You're the headmaster at Beacon. But I don't know who you are, masked stranger. Look into my eyes, and you will see what color they are, and that will give you a hint of who I am. Ruby looked into the masked stranger's eyes and saw three different colors in his eyes. There is one person that has three different colors in their eyes. Big Brother Tony, it's really you. I can't believe you're the masked stranger that helped me fight against Roman and his henchmen. And I should have known it was you because of your powers and the weapons you used. It's good to see you too, and I am a third year, not a second year student, and me and my team are the awesomest team ever, and I really need you to use my buffer form when I'm fighting with my team. And look at you, you are 15, and and I'm rambling again. Why did you not hit me on the head, Glinda? Hello, nice to meet you. You want to come to my school? More than anything. Lisbon exchanges glances with Glinda, who shows her displeasure with a hump, and to his son, who was showing his happiness before he turns back to Rwby. Well, okay. Rwby smiles wide-eyed and mouthed. Alright guys, this is part 3 ending to going on to part 4. See you guys later.